Demar Derozan finally gets an opportunity to play basketball in California. He's getting a 3-year, $74 million deal with the Sacramento Kings. Got to give a lot of credit to a couple other teams involved in this deal. To make it work, the Bulls technically signed DeMar and then traded him. And then also DeRozan's former team, the San Antonio Spurs, got in this deal to make it work. The Spurs are going to get Harrison Barnes and an unprotected 2031 pick swap. And then guard Chris Duarte and 2 second-round picks and cash are going to go to Chicago, which means now there's a new big three in Sacktown. It'll be DeMar Derozan joining De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis as the Kings look to bounce back following a pretty bad season last year, coming off of the momentum they had the previous year. Let me know your thoughts on the move. I have a lot of thoughts. As a matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, today is going to be a very special day. This is kind of random, but I feel like we've kind of landed in a weird space where I have a lot to talk about when it comes to DeMar Derozan, a very quiet guy from relatively speaking from an NBA star perspective, but randomly DeMar has kind of been in my algorithm a lot. Y'all know I cover the NBA, so I mean, obviously I've been talking hoops. DeMar's kind of like one of the last dominoes to fall from the basketball side, but also Derozan has been involved in a music feud, kinda, a little bit, right? Derozan was present at Kendrick Lamar's pop-out concert in California a few days ago. And then also Derozan appeared in the video. He's mentioned in the song. We'll talk about Kendrick and Derozan more probably in my next video. For this video's purposes, though, I don't know if Derozan will be a good fit with the Sacramento Kings because I love Malik Monk's game so much. He got a new deal this offseason with Sacramento as well. I just respect the Kings for trying. You know, one of the things that made Derozan such a great player with the Bulls was his ability to be a clutch bucket getter. The thing is, the Kings have had one of the better clutch bucket getters in the NBA in quite some time, and De'Aaron Fox. So in theory, if this team can make it to the fourth quarter of a basketball game, especially in Sacramento, in theory, they're going to be very tough to beat because they got efficient fourth quarter players all over the court. They needed to add some experience to a squad that underwhelmed last year. Just was underwhelming across the board, underwhelming. Lost that momentum they had from lighting the beam. Steph Curry put the beam out, and that bad boy never really lit last year. We shall see what DeMar Derozan can do, turning 35. So he's an older player, but still incredibly athletic. We'll see what he's able to do as he finally gets an opportunity to play in California. Everybody knows DeRozan wanted to be a Laker, which is where one of my next videos will go. We're talking about DeMar Derozan and the squandered opportunity the Lakers had. We're going to talk about that more today on the platform. Be clear, but for now, we congratulate Derozan on getting a 3-year, $74 million deal, which, listen, I would never sneeze at $20-some-odd million a year. But in NBA terms, that's actually relatively cheap for a guy that's been an all-star 2 out of the last 3 years. Can get you about 23, 24 points a night. Derozan is a king. Time, love, and support is what your boy would never take for granted. And I think the flyest part of the story is Derozan did right by his last 2 stops. The Chicago Bulls and the San Antonio Spurs both went out of their ways to make sure Derozan got the money that they believe this dude deserved. That tells me about the person Derozan probably is. I'm out. I have a wild goal for the month of July. I want to post 300 Facebook videos and 300 YouTube videos. I want to work so hard this month that 10,000 people will follow me on my new Instagram account, As Told by FERRO. I'm thanking you in advance because I know y'all gonna support your boy.